Good to be here with everyone. You heard about all these illustrious winners of this medal, and I don't seem to fit the category. Well, I do in a sense because of the word Monsignor, but that was a shock when that happened. Didn't expect it. But I'd like to tell you how I got there. Let me go backwards. I grew up in Irvington, Catonsville area, really down towards Irvington, but went to school and church up in Catonsville, St. Mark's in Catonsville. Received all my sacraments there, even the first Mass was there, along with Bill Hiskey, who also was alumnus of Loyola. We had a combined reception after our first Masses. I was a family of 11 children. I was number 8 of the 11. We had a community of our own. And across the street from us were our cousins, 11 in that family. And then there was another group of the Butchness family. That was the Horn family. You've heard of Horn and Horn. That was the Horn family there. And the Butchness family, Dr. Butchness, and Tony Butchness here, the Jesuit for a number of years. And see right there. And I think there were 6 in the family. There was another family, 1 child. So we made up for all of it. Community. Get along with others. You have to give it in. You have to work together. So you learn how to get along with others by the family in which you grow up. But I was very shy, and I was often by myself. Took piano lessons and spent time with that and spent time with reading. I wasn't too much into relationship with people at that time except the immediate family. But then I came here to high school, and this school, of course, was the prestigious high school of the Catholic faith. And there were a number of us came from Catonsville, had to go to the center city, transfer to another bus, and go to the northern part of the city and get on a school bus. And we all did that because this was the school to attend. They were to teach you for the future. And I think they did teach very well. When I went to the seminary, they had me take an algebra class. Now, an algebra class, I got in the 70s here. They gave me the same course, and now I got 90s. I shot to the top, because by then I understood what it was trying to do and how to do it. So it does teach you, even the time you don't think you're doing that well. It's teaching you things that really are going to help you in the future. From there, I went to the seminary, St. Charles, 2 years, Packer Street, 2 years, Roland Park, 4 years. And I was ordained down at the Basilica of Mary Our Queen in Baltimore. I wanted to be ordained at the new cathedral, but they weren't doing it then at that point, because we only allotted 2 rows, and with a big family, the rest of the family had to go to the back of the church. So we had 10 in our class that were from Baltimore ordained that day. Then I was assigned to St. Joseph's, Texas, Maryland. I said, where is Texas? Well, it's Cockeysville now, a small country parish. And from there I went to St. Clement's in Lansdowne, 5.5 years. A small parish right out at the outside of the skirts of the city. And then I was called by Bishop Murphy to become pastor at St. Peter's in Oakland, Maryland. Way, way, way out. I call it Western Maryland. So I was there 20 years. Then had Mass to town once a week. I would go 37 and a half miles up the mountain, down the mountain, to along the Patapsco River, to a mission church, Mac Construction in Kitzmiller. And then once a week, I also went the opposite direction, about 12 miles, the opposite direction, down to Steep Creek Lake, and had a vacation mass there. The summertime for the skiers, and the wintertime for the skiers, and summer times for the ones that came up to enjoy the lake. In those parishes, I learned to meet many people. Got to know them well. It was a little difficult with Cockeysville because a lot of people were moving in and out. It became very central to people in business, the world, who would go different parts of Maryland or even beyond. So their home base would be there. So I got to meet many, many people over the quick turnover that took place there. I often felt, get to know 3 families, 2 of them move away. Then you get to know 3 more families, 2 more move away. But gradually, over 10 years, you get to know them very well. Then I was assigned down to St. Joseph's in Tawnytown. I was there 20 years also. In each of the parishes, they're slightly different because the culture is different. The people that have grown up there are different. So you learn to meet many, many different types of personalities, many different types of needs. And I tried to address them as they came along. They weren't many big things. At funerals, I'd often say to people at the funeral home, listen to what the people are saying. They're not big things, they're not miracles, they're not great. They're the simple little things of life that touch the hearts of people. And that is one of the lessons you learn here at Loyola. To be open to people, to work with people. You have activities that get you out involved with people. In that way, you can learn how to deal and work along with people. I hear often from the people of the previous parishes. I've been gone from some of them 50 years. And still I hear from quite a few of them because they remark about the things, little things I did for them. When Cardinal Keeler told me, that was Monsignor, I got called in, there were 3 of us, they said they would come down to dinner, and we were all wondering, what are we going down there for? I think I'm in trouble. Later on they told me, if you were in trouble, you would not have been invited to dinner. So before the dinner he says, step in here, and he says, congratulations, Monsignors. What was it? Nothing big. I didn't have any big offices, but it was that I had no complaints going downtown to say how bad I am. But it's that little thing of awareness of people, working along with them, doing things for them, with them, helping them. And you do that no matter what type of future you have. It's going to mean a lot. People care about the little things. I met a man, he was in charge of restaurants, going around and working with them, setting things up. He invited me to dinner at this prestigious place, and he said, he took the salt and pepper. He said, look at that. He said, looking at it, I said, what's that? He said, see that? They were both full. He says, it's the little things of life that make a difference. When I see that, he says, I know it's a good restaurant because they take care of the little things. And that's what I was doing, the little things, nothing big, just little tiny things, helping people all along the way. And I enjoyed it. That I felt was my purpose in life. Not to lord over them, not to make rules for them, but to help them deal with the rules, help them to do what they could to get around things. I remember in the seminary, one of the things for canon law was, when it gives you something, taking everything you can get. If it restricts you, restrict it only to what it holds you down to. Don't go beyond it, just that. And I realized the beauty of that law. Help people, do good for other people. That's what Pope Francis is trying to say. The people know their religion, they think they don't know it, and they were emphasizing, teach the catechism, get the catechism. They don't know the catechism. Well, they do. What they need is show them charity, show them you care. That's what they need, and that's what they respond to in their lives. So that's been my objective. I know I scandalize people when I say, you're all saints. Because so often I hear them say, well, we're all sinners, we're all sinners. I say, that doesn't sound right to me. When I read the gospel, what I see there is that we are baptized in Jesus Christ. We are taught about Jesus. And what we are taught is the care and concern and love that he taught. And we must put that into action. That is what Loyola is teaching you. It's not just the material you learn, it's how to use that material in your life and the way you treat other people, and the way you deal with them on a business level or a personal level. It is charity and kindness. We're basically good. Beginning, God made things that was good. But Jesus came and made us even better. He adopted us into his own. And what Loyola teaches you is a faith that's going to ground you in your life. It's one of the treasures, I think, along the way, not only St. Mark's in Catonsville, not only Loyola, the seminary, constantly teaching us the right way. We know the scandal of those who don't follow the commandments or the rules of God, and we know how that hurts not only the individuals, but even the church and society. So we are the ones who are the children of God, who keep the rules, the basic rules, and follow them so that we become a good example to others, and they too will be drawn to the love of Jesus and his body, the church. So we are saints. When we do wrong, we get off the road for a little while, but then we can come back. Confession, amendment, the season of Lent, which teaches us to turn away from sin and seek the good news of eternity and love that will last forever. So that's been my goal, to teach love by giving love. I have been blessed by my years, 4 good parishes, and now I call my present location at Mercy Ridge my 5th parish. I'm not their pastor, but I try to set a good example to them and give a greeting to the people there. Pope Francis said, smile. Look people in the eye. Smile. Good advice. He's the Pope, we should follow it. We, by a smile, can open the hearts of people, not for bad, but for good, to bring the love of Jesus in greater bloom into the world. I am blessed by God, and I want to thank him this day for this award. Again, I don't know what great things I've done, but I've done a lot of little things, and I hope they add up to one great big thing. God bless you all, and thank you, all of you. Class of 2019, the way opens before you. Live it with love and care for others. Thank you.